Right now on Up With KREM, we are learning more about the damage caused by the Upriver Fire. This morning, we hear from someone who lost their home in the fire.
It is going to be a warm and sunny weekend, but we do have the chance for some fire danger. I'll explain where.
Today is Juneteenth. Ahead, we share why the day is celebrated and what events are happening here in the Inland Northwest. Six o'clock here on your Friday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up With KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Legoo. Well, today, Jenny Power has the day off, so you're stuck with me.
Enjoying the nice weather.
Yeah, no, for real.
Good weekend to take the 3-day weekend.
It is such a good weekend for her. I mean, look, we're starting off this morning beautifully. Basically, no clouds in the sky. I mean, there's a couple, but it's super sunny. This is a live look over Silverwood, of course, and it's really not even that cold outside. It's 57 degrees here in Spokane right now. Across the region, very similar. We've got most spots in the mid to high 50s right now. Some spots just barely dip below 60, like Moses Lake, Othello, you've been 60 degrees up until a few minutes ago. And then places like Sandpoint, Deer Park did dip down into the 40s, but again, going to warm up very quickly with that sun already having been up for about an hour now. For this weekend, things look very similar with lows in the mid 50s here in Spokane and then those high temperatures up in the 80s.
All right, let's get you outside with a look at your traffic impact here. This is I-90 in Pines, where it looks like there is a semi pulled over on the off-ramp there. Not sure if that's a situation that they're dealing with, but it's not impacting folks getting off the freeway. Right now, traffic looking great here. We are crash-free at this hour. We'll keep you updated here on Up With KREM throughout the morning. This morning, we can confirm the Upriver Fire has turned deadly. The Spokane County Fire District 9 and Sheriff John Knowles confirming at least one person died.
They are still investigating and need to test the remains to confirm they are human. This is a look at the evacuation map as of this morning. As you can see, there are still level 3 go now and level 2 get set orders in place. We also have updated numbers from DNR. The fire has burned 217 acres and is 10% contained right now. Spokane County Fire says 14 homes have been destroyed.
And we are getting a better picture of the fire's impact. Dozens of families remain evacuated and several lost their homes.
So evening anchor Mark Hannerhan spoke with one of the families who lost their home.
In just a matter of minutes, John Schuler's home was reduced to rubble.
It sounds like a cliche, but it was so fast. You think that you've got time to prepare, yeah.
The place he, his wife, and sons have called home for 7 years, gone. Taken on Tuesday by the fast-moving Upriver Fire that tore through the Northwood neighborhood. This is cell phone video he took the next day.
I think surreal is a good word for it. Doesn't feel real when you're looking at it. We stared at these wires for a long time before realizing, like, oh, that was the piano. But it had fallen through the floor and, like, stuff like that. It must have got real hot real fast.
On Tuesday, John says he and his son were at home building a deck when his son smelled smoke. Moments later came the alerts to evacuate. Then deputies cruising their street telling people to get out.
It might sound crass. I thought it wouldn't reach our house. I was worried about the lower homes closer to the fire. As we drove away, I stopped and looked back and thought, it's too green, it's not going to burn.
In the scramble to leave, he says he grabbed birth certificates and passports and not much else. He says his family stayed the night with friends. It wasn't until the next day that he learned their house had burned down. It still hasn't fully sunk in.
Kind of forgetting, and then have a like, oh, I can't go pick up that thing. I can't just swing by the house and grab that thing that I need right now because it's not there anymore.
Despite the enormous loss, John is thankful they're all safe and thankful for his community. He's a part-time pastor at a local Christian church, and he is leaning on his congregation and his faith to navigate what's next.
I don't know how somebody could go through this process without a deep and like abiding security that comes from faith in Christ. This is going to be a really hard season, a hard situation, but we trust God. He has never let us down before, and he's not going to fail us now.
Today is June 19th, is Juneteenth. The federal holiday marks the day in 1865 when all slaves in Texas were told they were free. While the Emancipation Proclamation ended slavery 2.5 years earlier, word traveled slowly in those days. More importantly, the Union had no way to enforce the law in the states that were still fighting against it. So Juneteenth celebrates the day the last enslaved people in the U.S. learned they were free at the end of the Civil War. And to celebrate Juneteenth, the MLK Center is hosting an event tomorrow.
That is where KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning. So Brandon, who do you have there with you?
Good morning, Tim, Nicole. I've got Michaela Dow here with us, the second ever Miss Juneteenth here in Spokane. Of course, we're celebrating Juneteenth all weekend long, and one of those celebrations right here at the MLK Center. So, Michaela, first and foremost, how are you feeling today, my friend?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
All right, she woke up early to be, what time do you typically wake up?
Like 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Oh my gosh, we got you live at 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. now, of course. But again, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's talk about this crown, this sash. What does it mean to be Spokane's second Miss Juneteenth?
It means to continue to inspire young people to continue the legacy of Juneteenth. And I really do believe that it's so important to have pageants like Miss Juneteenth here in Spokane, where we have a lesser population of Black people, to like see themselves in news reports and publishings and the community as well.
That's right, and we got to give a big congratulations to Michaela, a recent Rogers High School grad, heading all the way to the East Coast. So you're going to be going to Howard University in the fall. That's a HBCU. And what do you think you'll take from Spokane over there to DC with you, you know, in terms of just hard work ethic or whatever it may be?
Spokane really taught me that you can make community everywhere. Like, I've definitely been around a lot of communities throughout my time in Spokane. It also taught me how to work hard, get up early, do good, and really represent your community in a bright spotlight, and know that you have a support system that always believes in you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you're doing a great job. We appreciate you for speaking with us this morning. So tomorrow, though, again, the Juneteenth celebration right here at the MLK Center. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's going to be some food, music, raffle prizes as well. A lot of great things happening. And then also a lot of other, you know, celebrations going on. You said you're heading somewhere right after this, right?
Yes, I'm heading to the FIFA World Cup watch party.
All right, FIFA World Cup watch party, so you can see Michaela there as well. And then here tomorrow at the MLK Center. But for now, we'll go ahead and toss it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Brandon and Michaela, of course. Well, since today is a federal holiday, most city and government offices are going to be closed. Here in Spokane, on-street parking will be free. Garbage and recycling will be normal, but keep in mind the post office and some banks will be closed.
The trial against the Meade School District wrapped up its first week. Witnesses were called, including the district superintendent, Travis Hansen, who was questioned about when he learned about the incident and the details of the report. The families of two former student athletes are suing the district following accusations that other students held them down and assaulted them with a massage gun during a 2023 district-sponsored football camp. One of the experts called to the stand is an education expert. She was there to speak to the district policy and the impact of trauma in a learning setting.
There were no reports made, which gave the what do I want to say, perception to the victims that nothing was going to be done, they weren't going to be supported, they weren't safe, and the harm continued to fester in their own minds and hearts.
A jury has to decide whether the Meade School District showed deliberate indifference by failing to investigate claims of racial discrimination during an alleged hazing incident.
Hey, well, summer temperatures are definitely here in the inland Northwest. Take a look at our high temperatures for today. We're going to be in the mid-80s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and some spots through central Washington, even potentially hitting 90 degrees. Omak, Chelan, Moses Lake, Ritzville, Richland, all potentially hitting that 90-degree point. Just be extra careful. Some of those hotter spots are going to be under moderate heat risk, so that just means people sensitive to heat could have a little bit of issue. So just make sure everyone around is staying hydrated and staying cool when you're outside. This is above average for this time of year. Typically, we're in the mid-70s here in Spokane. Instead, again, hitting that mid-80s point.
Still ahead, the Taste of Asia Night Market and Filipino-American Friendship Festival is happening this weekend. After the break, we are talking to event organizers on what people can expect. And later, the U.S. men's national team will be in action, where you can watch today's game. And it's time for your wake-up call. Sunday is Father's Day. Don't forget to call your dad. Text him if you need to, or maybe take him out to lunch if you can. You can give a shout out to Dad also by texting us at 509-448-2000. Someone said, shout out to my dad, Todd. He's the best, smart, funny, and always kind. Also, if you want, send in a dad joke too. We'd love to see them. You can also give a shout out to maybe father-like figures. Text us 509-448-2000.
And here's a quick live look outside this morning over Coeur d'Alene. It is 6:10 now.